to a Walmart garden center today just to look around. And I found a nice little fig tree, Violet de Bordeaux. I think I have the same one growing here in a place where it's not really growing too much. So I said, well, what the heck, let's just go ahead and get another one that was cheap enough, like a 1088 or something like that. Natalie brought home some of these canna or calla lilies or whatever, and some kind of fern, I guess. And there are obviously some jewels of opar there. They kind of flower, and I guess the seeds must like pop off, like shoot out or something, because they come up everywhere. I dug up a few small agave plants. There's some babies, and even this is a baby compared to the mother plant, I should say. It's been a while since we checked up on the Scarlet Beauty plum that we planted here. It looks all right. Thriving on neglect, I guess. I considered planting that fig tree today, but it's too hot. The mosquitoes are bad. Not sure exactly where I'm going to plant it, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal to find a spot for it. Maybe tomorrow. So wow, look at all the red navels. They're starting to make the branches, droop. Probably the most amount it's ever had on it, which is probably, I don't know if it's 30 or 40 or what. Definitely seeing more of that red blush or tint on our seedling grapefruit tree. Can't wait. We worked a long time on the Wetland Zone 1 project and the raised bed project and various other plant projects. So it's nice that we're going to mostly be in rest mode for another couple months. Staying out of the mosquitoes. Hopefully not too many hurricanes coming through and flooding this year. It's hard to tell what's going to happen. But we are also, this rest mode also gives us time to plan for next season. So what's next for next season? We got to plant the pineapple guavas. We need to possibly start another raised bed. I'm not sure. We need to graft some pawpaws. We need to see how much grafting materials we have for any American persimmons. But we also need to get like seeds or seedlings or root suckers or something rooted from persimmons, American persimmons, to graft on. So that's probably some of our main goals. Working on Wetland Zone 1 will be, I really do not know what we're going to be doing there as far as manual labor, shaping the area. We had a few mulberry cuttings and stuff that didn't take, so there are a couple varieties that we want to try and get there. Of course, asparagus and a few other things. Are we going to get to a point of self-sufficiency next year? Or are we even trying for that? The answer is no. There are a lot of things, even this year, and including the last 5 years plus, where we didn't utilize everything we had. Beauty berries, probably some of the citrus, the muscadines, and a variety of other stuff. So one day we would definitely like to utilize most everything in some way, but becoming self-sufficient or closer to self-sufficiency probably means doing annual gardening as well, and that means more raised beds, because not a lot of stuff is going to grow in the southeast swamplands, and swamp muck. So anyway, getting more pawpaws, finishing that up, as far as the grafted materials, trying to get some successful grafting, and then we're done with the pawpaw project, as far as I can tell. As long as we have some success with the grafting and don't have to do this for 2 or 3 or 4 years, then we're just getting started with the persimmons, which we're not going to get like a ton of American persimmon trees, but just if we had like 3 to 5 varieties with our Asian varieties, which we already have, that'll be very nice, especially for the wetlands project, which is, we plan to get 2, grafted American types there. Our soft pear, our Baldwin pear, got killed by like tree boring insects. So that is horrible. It was one of the awesome pears, just like a grocery store pear, like a Bartlett or Bosc or something. But, maybe it's without pesticides, that might be an issue, even if we decide to replace it. And it took like 8 or 10 years before it was producing, pears. So who wants to wait, 8 years, 10 years, get a couple years good harvest, and then have insects destroy your tree? We'll try to search and see if there's any other cultivars that are more resilient against pests like that. But I'm not sure. Obviously, we did not utilize our elderberry crops at all this year.